Where is the bottom? Where is the bottom? Everybody is pretty sure freaking out right now. I think it touched 19 something, but is it gonna go lower? Is Bitcoin going to go lower than $20,000? Let's investigate this question here. So if you're not shaken out of the crypto market, round of applause for you, my friend. Round of applause. You are a true hodler, and understand that this is when people make the most money. Then this is the video for you. Okay, if you understand that, if you understand fundamentally that there is true value in Bitcoin and you're sticking around, this video is definitely for you. How far will Bitcoin go down before it reaches its new all-time lows to then reach its new all-time highs? All right, so my name is Gomes. I've been in the industry for almost a decade, but never have we seen the crypto market so lined up with the stock market. But there's a common secret, a little secret to be aware of when something like this happens. So stick to the end of this video and you might just understand what I'm talking about. All right, so if you look through history, there are many technological advances where competitors grew by the thousands only to be driven out and a few come out at the top. Okay, some instances you can look for yourself is the beginning of the automotive industry and the beginning of the internet, also known as Web 2.0. So we've had several technological advances that created a slurry of innovators and inventors to come together and create, with now only a few being able to stick through the hard times to then come out at the top on the other side. Now, with this next big shift that's occurring with Web 3.0, taking back our power revolution, we watched the boom of NFTs, DAOs, right? Decentralized autonomous organizations, DeFi, decentralized finance, and other utility coins that started a revolution of how our world will operate in the future. But only a few will survive this next round. And as you can see, the market, even Bitcoin, has taken a plunge.
Here it is. There are no rules.
There's a lot of money being moved around right now. So my next 3 points will help you grasp the understanding of why crypto isn't going away, why the market is acting in the way it is, and where we can expect Bitcoin to fall. So make sure you stick to the end so you can find out these points. All right, so let's talk SEC, Ripple, the Hill, and the Federal Reserve. Okay, a lot of crypto technology is way more advanced than the banking system and supply chain management systems out there. Okay, that's really what's happening right now. You have these centralized systems really afraid, just in fear of this new technology essentially making them obsolete. Okay, as we move into an even more digital world, we need technology that has faster capabilities to keep up with demand, or else we're just going to be stuck bartering physical things all the time, right? We can't. That's probably more safe and more secure, but that's not convenient. That's not going to make things more efficient. And that's what's so good with the blockchain. The blockchain is amazing because it's actually providing us with the capability to do things faster. So the Hill even came out and said that the US must embrace cryptocurrency to remain an economic powerhouse. The Federal Reserve has come out and said that they will not ban crypto, making their own even, the central bank digital currency. This is why regulation has come swiftly to companies like XRP, because it's inevitable. And the transition of power from centralized systems to the other one, to the decentralized ones, has to be smooth for the powers that be. You see, in my opinion, they understand that this technology is inevitable. They get it. They get that this is the future. So if they want to still be relevant, if they still want to be, the powers that be, then they have to transition properly, but they also now have to create their own systems. So between regulation, war, recession, and a whole lot of FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, they're buying cheap, right? They're setting themselves up to buy in cheap and buy in into the space as efficiently as possible. And essentially what's left to be done is then to create their own systems for their agenda. And that's where we have to really step up and be aware and discern and know which ones are which. The reason why so many people say that something like a recession is good is because it creates the best opportunity for accruing a lot of wealth. We hear the R word, recession, and there's almost an instinctive tightening of the body, and you go in almost like, oh gosh, recession, that can't happen. We can't, we're not gonna have enough money. We're not gonna have enough. There's scarcity, lack. In my opinion, it's the opposite. We have opportunity here. It's like, think of as an investor, I look at it as like Black Friday, as like a fire sale. It's like, oh, everything is below a price that hasn't happened in 5 years, 6 years. So it's really about awareness and perspective. You just got to shift it into one of like, okay, this is an opportunity. So as we have seen in 2021, big companies, banks, and investing firms have joined in on the crypto race. And I really like what Kevin O'Leary has to say about turnarounds in the stock market. So let's
how do we know if the bottom is near? Have we bottomed now?
No, generally a bottom, and I've seen this movie so many times before, is you need a big institution to go bankrupt. That always helps. I mean, you have to sacrifice an institution to get this to work, because then you get a dramatic flushing of equity positions as panic sets in. Margin calls are called in, shorts, are bought. They basically bought themselves in already, and then you get this big leg down. Usually it's 5 to 10%. And that is the bottoming process we need. Now, somebody's offside somewhere on a leveraged hedge position. You just don't know who it is yet.
Ooh, Kevin O'Leary coming in hot with somebody has to die. We have to sacrifice someone for us to bottom out. A major institution. He called out Coinbase, or a crypto company. I think we're gonna see a major mainstream institution bottom out. Maybe they're leveraged heavily in something like Kevin said, and they just need to be found. Wonder what Kevin knows. I wonder what he knows. But it's a great point. It feels like, we had that big situation happen with Luna, the Luna network in the crypto space. There had been rumors with Coinbase. There's now rumors with Celsius being insolvent. And so, but I still don't think those are big enough, right? I think it was like $2 billion that Celsius was navigating for a while there. Someone in the traditional system has to lose for someone to win. That's just how the old system works, right? Somebody has to lose for me to win. There have been a lot of over-leveraged people in the space as well, so there is a lot of opportunity for people to get liquidated. So when this finally happens, then where will Bitcoin fall? Will Bitcoin be the one to fall? Because maybe that group is leveraged heavily with Ethereum and not Bitcoin. Although I digress, because Bitcoin being the truly sovereign one. So there's a lot of questions here. But I think that we have not reached that bottom yet, personally. Personally, I think that we're about to get a nice wick going down. Between me and my friend Brian Velez, which you can check out my podcast with him on right here, as I point up to this imaginary space where the box is gonna be. Make sure you check it out, it's really good. We can say that anything below 22,000 is essentially generational invested money. Okay, it's not financial advice, of course, purely going based on the correlation between what's happening in the traditional markets to what's happening with Bitcoin specifically. And that's the thing. The crypto space is essentially driven by the dollar value of Bitcoin, but there are many seasons within the crypto space. Okay, so just because we're going below 22,000 with Bitcoin doesn't mean that there aren't other coins that are going up. So just be aware of your investment and what you're investing into. With that said, anything below 22,000, accumulate, accumulate. There's a good practice called dollar cost averaging, DCA. This is a great place to start. Dollar cost averaging your buy-in into Bitcoin. Now, once this shakeout happens, it will be a quick drop to 10, 15,000 for a week or so before bouncing hard. And that's for Bitcoin specifically. But don't try to catch that bottom. A lot of people have that saying, BTFD, buy the fucking dip. And that's great. But I'd say BTFD with DCAing. Buy the fucking dip with dollar cost averaging. Just because trying to catch the actual dip is just emotionally draining. It's like riding the roller coaster of hell on purpose because you want to just have the thrill of that ride. And you can choose to do that, but I would suggest just dollar cost averaging, just better on the body. As we now see that the crypto market is becoming integrated into the influences of the stock market more than ever, it's best to pay attention to the narrative of inflation and regulation. Okay, I've never really allowed myself to take in that information as much as I have in the last couple of years. The effects of what's happening with the regular markets, with regulation, it's now having a direct effect on crypto. I don't like that. I very much just dislike that. But it's the environment we're in. So when, not if, but when the market recovers, that will be the last time, in my opinion, that Bitcoin recovers to then its journey for all new time highs. Okay, so just be aware that there is now a correlation in simpatico between the regular markets and Bitcoin. Probably because there's a major transitioning happening and there's a lot of money going from one space to the other.
I'm not fucking leaving. The show goes on.
So just to summarize this, don't just pay attention to the pessimism and disbelief you hear right now with crypto, because the government and big companies like Goldman Sachs are invested. And with huge economic shifts like crypto, there is not a doubt in my mind that this is just a big scare before it becomes the next evolution of technology and interaction on this planet. And if you want to see more government officials play good cop, bad cop, check out my other video to see why you can't just trust them outright in what they say about crypto. They definitely have their agendas, their mindsets, their bias around the space, and are really just pushing the same old tired mindset where somebody needs to lose for you to win. That's not true in the crypto space anymore. That's definitely a lie that can be completely proven by just allowing yourself to understand the space. Okay, so take in discernment, take in the time that's necessary, the effort that's necessary to understand the space, because the more you give yourself that time and energy and awareness, the harder it's going to be to fall to their traps, the beautified and glamorized projects that they say is sovereign, but really are just traps, honey traps to get you under their control and power. All right, if you enjoy this video and you love what you're hearing and you want to hear more of it, please let me know. Make sure you smash that subscribe button. Follow me on TikTok, follow me on Instagram, and I'll be sharing more of this. And please, feedback. I want to know if this is what you want to hear about more of. And if you want me to go out to events more, or if you want me to do more interviews around crypto or more of these videos, please let me know. I love hearing the feedback of what you guys want, so I can give more of that to you. All right, love you guys, and always remember, gamify your abundance. Peace.